Prabhupada ki, Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Shri Shri Radha Kirchor Gopinath ki, Nita Gaura Premanande. So, will we... Oh. There's no switch here, huh? We might have to do it the good old-fashioned way, or...
Yes.
Yeah? Technology sometimes lets us down. Should not become too dependent. Here we go. You usually do Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya first, or which?
Yes.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nasapreshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militayena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri, okay, as you usually do, please. Our spiritual master, you read the English, or? Okay.
You read the English for all, but it's okay. Now we can start with the words.
Okay. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shumate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarane Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much. This morning we are reading from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 6, entitled The Killing of the Demon Putana. And I believe from verses 19 to 30.
Yes.
So we will read together all the way through.
One by one, 19, 20. This is how we do it.
As you like.
Text 19. Thereafter, Mother Yashoda and Rohini, along with the other elderly gopis, waved about the switch of a cow to give full protection to the child Sri Krishna.
The child was thoroughly washed with cow urine and then smeared with the dust raised by the movements of the cows. Then different names of the Lord were applied with cow dung on 12 different parts of his body, beginning with the forehead as done in applying tilaka. In this way, the child was given protection.
The gopis first executed the process of Ashvanam, drinking a sip of water from the right hand. They purified their bodies and hands with the Nyasha mantra and then applied the same mantra upon the body of the child.
Sukdev Goswami informed Maharaj Parikshit that the gopis, following the proper system, protected Krishna, their child, with this mantra. May Aja protect your legs. May Maniman protect your knees. Yagya, your thighs. Achyuta, the upper part of your waist. And Haigriva, your abdomen. Nikeshava, protect your heart. Isha, your chest. The sun god, your neck. Vishnu, your arms. Ukrama, your face. And Ishvara, your head. May Chakri protect you from the front. May Sri Hari, Gadadhari, the carrier of the club, protect you from the back. And may the carrier of the bow, who is known as the enemy of Madhu, and Lord Anjana, the carrier of the sword, protect your two sides. May Lord Ugrava, the carrier of conch shell, protect you from all corners. May Upendra protect you from above. May Garuda protect you on the ground. and may Lord Haladhar, the Supreme Person, protect you on all sides.
May Rishikesh.
Sorry.
Text 24. May Rishikesh protect your senses, Narayana your life air. May the Master of Faith recompense the core of your heart, and may Lord Yogeshwara protect your mind.
Text 25-26. May Lord Krishnagarbha protect your intelligence and the Supreme Personality of Godhead your soul. While you are playing, may Govinda protect you, and while you are sleeping, may Madhav protect you. May Lord Vaikuntha protect you while you are walking, and may Lord Narayana, the husband of the goddess of fortune, protect you while you are sitting. Similarly, may Lord Yagnabhuk, the fearful enemy of all evil planets, always protect you while you enjoy life.
The evil witches known as the Kings, Yatihanis, and
Kushmandas.
Are the greatest enemies of children, and the evil spirits like Bhutas, Pretas, Pishachas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Vinayakas, as well as witches like Kotara, Revati, Yesha, Putana, and Matrika are always ready to give trouble to the body, the life, air, and senses, causing loss of memory, madness, and bad dreams. Like the most experienced evil stars, they all create great disturbances, especially for children, but one can vanquish them simply by uttering Lord Vishnu's name. For when Lord Vishnu's name resounds, all of them become afraid and go away.
Srila Shukdev Goswami continued. All the gopis headed by Mother Yashoda were bound by maternal affection. After they thus chanted mantras to protect the child, Mother Yashoda gave the child the nipple of her breast to suck and then got him to lie down on his bed.
And we're focusing on text?
29, isn't it? So that means this one. This is 27 to 29. So, I will begin.
Yes.
And how are we doing it? What, line by line again? Or-
You can speak the shlokas, and we
we
can.
don't need to do
the we-
Whatever's the usual protocol here.
Yes,
So-
you can say it and we can repeat it 2-3
Okay.
times. And then
Swapna drishta mahotpata Vridha bala grahascha ye Sarve nashyantu te Vishnor Nama grahana bhiravaha Swapna drishta mahotpata Vridha bala grahascha ye Sarve nashyantu te Vishnor Nama grahana bhiravaha. Word, okay. Okay. That's a long one. Okay. Dakinya. Okay, no, actually I have to find where this one begins with swapna. So let's see. Swapna drishtaha. The evil spirits that cause bad dreams. Maha utpataha. Those causing great disturbances. Bridhaha. The most experienced. Balagrahaha cha. And those attacking children. Ye. Who? Sarve, all of them. Nashyantu, let be vanquished. Te, those. Vishnoho, of Lord Vishnu. Namagrahana, by the chanting of the name. Bhiravaha, become afraid. Okay, translation. Full translation. The evil witches known as Dakinis. I'll just read for the other verses also, it's okay? Or, yeah, just to get the context. The evil witches known as Dakinis, Yatudhanis, and Kushmandas are the greatest enemies of children. And the evil spirits like Bhutas, Pretas, Pishachas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, and Vinayakas, as well as witches like Kotara, Revati, Jyeshtha, Putana, and Matrika, are always ready to give trouble to the body, the life air, and the senses, causing loss of memory, madness, and bad dreams. Like the most experienced evil stars, they all create great disturbances, especially for children. But one can vanquish them simply by uttering Lord Vishnu's name. For when Lord Vishnu's name resounds, all of them become afraid and go away. Purport. As stated in the Brahma Samhita 533, Advaitam achyutam anadim ananta rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhaktau Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, who is the original person, non-dual, infallible, and without beginning. Although he expands into unlimited forms, he is still the original, and although he is the oldest person, he always appears as a fresh youth. Such eternal, blissful, and all-knowing forms of the Lord cannot be understood by the academic wisdom of the Vedas, but they are always manifest to pure, unalloyed devotees. While decorating the body with tilaka, we give protection to the body by chanting 12 names of Vishnu. Although Govinda, or Lord Vishnu, is one, he has different names and forms with which to act differently. But if one cannot remember all the names at one time, one may simply chant, Lord Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. And always think of Lord Vishnu. Vishnoraradhanam param. This is the highest form of worship. If one remembers Vishnu always, even though one is disturbed by many bad elements, one can be protected without a doubt. The Ayurveda Shastra recommends Aushadhi Chintayet Vishnum. Even while taking medicine, one should remember Vishnu, because the medicine is not all in all, and Lord Vishnu is the real protector. The material world is full of danger, padam padam yad vipadam. Therefore, one must become a Vaishnava and think of Vishnu constantly. This is made easier by the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recommended Kirtaniya Sada Harihi, Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, and Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Brajet. Okay, so there's a lot here in these previous verses as well. So the gopis, although not known for being highly educated or trained in Vedic rituals, nonetheless, Srila Prabhupada makes the point in some of the purports that they were well informed about all these types of protective rites. And frequently throughout Krishna's pastimes, as they are harassed by demons sent by Kamsa in Vraja, we see that they were taking measures to protect Krishna. So they were aware of the process of, we have, they are fanning Krishna with the tail of the cow, just as we do in Arati with the chamara, the yak tail. So this is a symbol of protection, of course, on a gross level, protecting from flies. This is very practical use of the chamara, but it also has a symbolic meaning in terms of protection. Beyond that, we see that they were doing achaman and nyasas. So in the process of the full achaman that we do, Maybe some of you know it, but we have the simple Achman where we sip water 3 times chanting names of the Lord, but there's an extended version, and this contains nyasas as well, so you purify the different openings of the body or different parts of the body with the names of the Lord. Om Sankarshanaya Namaha, Om Pradyumnaya Namaha, like this. And you go through all of the different openings and purify all the different parts of the body with the names of the Lord. So this is a type of kavacha or armor, a protective shield. Just like when we apply our tilak, in the 12 places, or 13. And this also is a type of armor to ward off any negative spirits, because as we see in the verse at hand, it says that the evil spirits, like bhutas, pretas, etc., as well as witches, are always ready to give trouble to the body, the life air, and the senses, causing loss of memory, madness, and bad dreams. Always ready means like they're poised, waiting for any opportunity to enter. Because these beings like bhutas and pishachas, they don't have a gross body. So ghosts, they're people who were sinful in a previous life, and they lost the privilege of having a gross body. So they have a subtle form. The soul is covered by the subtle and the gross body, right? So they don't have the gross body, but they have the subtle body, which is the seat of desires. And so they have lusty desires to fulfill. They have, one could say, sinful desires because they ended up in such a position in the first place. So they want to realize those desires or fulfill those desires, but in order to do that, you need a gross body, a stula sharira. So they're always looking for an opportunity where they can possess someone with a gross body. And the victims of such possession are those who are more in the mode of ignorance, because the mode of ignorance means you have less control over your senses and your mind. So it's like you're driving a vehicle, and if you're, not really holding the wheel and you're not really, actively driving, then someone can just come and take the wheel and, take you for a ride. So those in the mode of ignorance, then we see sometimes they become, victimized by these entities, and what we call in modern terms, like psychosis, schizophrenia, these types of things, are more or less being afflicted by subtle beings. Yeah. So we see that such people, they hear voices and they're told to do things that they don't want to do, and often they do things that are against their will, and that's because they're being affected by these subtle beings. So the more that we bring ourselves into the mode of goodness, we protect ourselves from these types of influences, right? So that's on in the negative sense. In the negative sense means that we're trying to protect ourselves from something. The positive side is that we're trying to remember the Lord. So the principle is smartavya satatam vishnur vismartavyo najatuchit sarve vidhi nishedhasyur etayor eva kinkaraha. That we should always remember the Lord and never forget Him. This is the principle. And this verse says, Sarve vidhi nishedhaha. So all of the vidhis means prescriptions or rules that we should follow, and nishedha means prohibitions, things that you should not do. So sarve vidhi nishedha syur etayor eva kinkaraha. So kinkara means servant. They are servants of etayoho means it's a dual pronoun referring to the first two principles, smartavya satatam vishnuhu, vismartavyaha najatuchit. One should always remember Vishnu and never forget Him. These are all of the prescriptions are for us to remember the Lord, and all of the prohibitions are to prevent us from forgetting Him, right? So in this case, the nyasas, achamana, tilak, in the prohibitive sense is preventing us from being affected by the lower modes of nature and subtle beings such as the bhutas and so on. And in a positive sense, the prescription is that it's helping us to remember the Lord. Why? Because these mantras, they're simply the names of the Lord. Yeah? Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Narayanaya Namaha. Yeah? So by remembering the Lord, then we become purified. Apavitra pavitrova sarvavastangatopiva yasmarit pundarikaksham sabahya abhyantara shuchihi. At any time, if you remember the Lord, you become purified, shuchi. So this is the principle. This is why the gopis are performing these protective rites, which is called here in the last verse, text 30, Krita Rakshanam. Krita Rakshana means protective activities. Yeah? Raksha means protection. It's also connected with the 6 aspects of devotional service or surrender. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. So accepting those things which are favorable, anukula, and rejecting those things that are unfavorable or pratikula, right? So those favorable things remind us of the Lord. Those unfavorable things cause us to forget Him. So in our case in ISKCON, we have the basic prohibitions. There's 4 of them. Does anyone know?
No intoxication.
What's that?
No intoxication.
No intoxication. Yeah.
No illicit sex.
No illicit sex.
No gambling.
No gambling.
No
No meat eating. Yeah. These are the 4 basic nishadhas or prohibitions. Why? Because these things cause us to forget Krishna. Very difficult to remember Krishna when you're drunk or engaged in some type of sinful activities, eating meat, right? These things are very difficult to connect to Krishna, very difficult to see Krishna in them. So by giving those up, we are giving up major sources of forgetting Krishna, right? These are the pillars of sinful life.
If you are taking medicines like English medicines, not the Ayurveda Shastra recommend that medicine, then even when that we are taking that medicine, we have to think about Vishnu.
Yes, all medicine, allopathic or Ayurvedic. Yeah. Even when you're not taking medicine, you should remember Krishna. So, yeah. The point is, smartavya satatam Vishnu, or always remember the Lord, right? And then our major vidhi, our major prescription is chanting 16 rounds. Yeah. And this causes us to remember Krishna always. So this is a foolproof plan, that you follow this. You're preventing yourself from forgetting and actively trying to remember. Right? So, so the gopis were doing this for Krishna, even though Krishna is the one whose name they're applying to his body. They're meditating on him to protect himself, but the gopis, as it says in the last verse also, the gopis were pranaya baddha, bound by their maternal affection. Yeah? So because of this maternal affection that they have for Krishna, this vatsalya bhav, they were blind to his divinity. They did not understand Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although Garga Muni previously during his Namakarana Samskar, his name-giving ceremony, Garga Muni had dropped some hints there that he is basically Narayan, but they took it to mean that he's similar to Narayan in qualities, yeah, because their Vatsalya Bhav would not allow them to have any other conception. So whenever any dangerous situation happened surrounding Krishna, and this now we're discussing the very first of such incidents, and as you read through the 10th canto, many more such incidents will take place. We'll have Shakatasura, we'll have Trinavarta, and we'll have so many other demons and dangerous situations, all seeming to surround Krishna, and somehow or other, he always comes out of it unscathed, and the demons are utterly smashed. And the way that the Vrajavasis make sense of this is that this child must be favored by Narayan. And our prayers to Narayan are answered because Narayan himself is protecting Krishna. So there's no sense at all that Krishna himself is killing the demons. And even when all the cowherd boys are witness to Krishna slaying these great demons, and these demons, make no mistake, are greater than any other demons killed by any other avatars. You know, they're greater than Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. They're greater than Ravana. All of these demons of Raja are much greater in strength. And Krishna is slaying them just like child's play. And the cowherd boys witnessing these miracles, then when they tell their parents, then they don't believe them because they're just children, and you know they have very fertile imaginations. So that's the strength of their love, their pranaya. It causes them to be completely oblivious to Krishna's divinity. Now another point, which is worth mentioning here, it says that Vishnoho nama grahana bhiravaha. So the demons, or these negative entities, says by hearing the name of the Lord, they become afraid and go away. This has an implication in our preaching of Krishna consciousness, which is something I'd like to briefly delve into. That, we want to bring as many people into this movement as possible, and we take various measures, and there's various types of programs that people offer in order to try and attract people to Krishna consciousness. But the reality is, and as Srila Prabhupada mentioned many times, that not everyone will be attracted to this movement. So there are 4 types of people, that the Madhyamadikari preacher is aware of. There's the Lord himself, who he worships. There's the devotees, who he befriends and associates with. There's the innocent, who are simply in ignorance of their relationship with Krishna. And then there are the demons, those who are opposed actually to Krishna and Vedic culture. So when such people hear anything to do with the Lord, they become repulsed and they go away. Yeah. So hearing Harinam, seeing the devotees, anything like this, then they're not attracted. So there will be people that we meet who are not interested in Krishna consciousness, and that's okay. And we should, not try to trick them into being devotees, or we should not try to push anything, because this is the 9th offense against the holy name of the Lord, to preach to the faithless. So, unfortunately, it's a reality that there will be people who are opposed. So therefore, we should simply look for those people who are ripe fruits, the innocent, the other category, who are favorable, and they have the sufficient bhakti unmukhi sukriti. So the reason that people take to Krishna consciousness is because they have sufficient bhakti sukriti from previous lifetimes. So at least while we're doing Harinam or we're doing some type of preaching programs, we are planting seeds for the future. Because every activity you perform in this world, material or spiritual, it plants a seed in your heart to perform a like activity in the future. So that's how karma works. Bhakti is not within karma, but within karma, you perform a sinful activity, it creates the unmanifest karma, which will come in the future, and you'll get a reaction, but it also plants a seed, a bija, a papa bija in the heart. And that seed will gradually start to sprout, and it will fructify. And in the future, you will have a desire will enter your mind to perform a similar activity in the future. This is why it's so difficult for people to give up, sinful activities and so on, because they've planted so many of these desires in the heart, and gradually those seeds bear fruits, and those desires enter the mind. So with bhakti, a similar process happens, that you perform some type of devotional activity, and you plant a seed in your heart to perform a similar devotional activity in the future, and to become more favorably disposed towards bhakti. So for many, many lifetimes, anyone who has come to Krishna consciousness in this lifetime, it's understood that for many lifetimes, they have been planting such seeds, or having such seeds planted by others, whether walking down the street and hearing Harinam, or being on the street and some devotee randomly, shoves a Simply Wonderful in your mouth, or taking books, or giving charity. There are many people who are just pious and they give charity, and they'll give to some type of non-profit organization, and they'll also give for the devotees. You're doing something nice, maybe Food for Life, you're giving some prasadam, some free food to people in need. So just by giving charity, even though it's unknowing, agyata sukriti, but it's planting a seed nonetheless. And when those seeds culminate, that sukriti culminates, then in that lifetime, when you meet the devotees again, you will develop shraddha, faith. And that will cause you to actually take seriously the process. Then you will associate with devotees and practice Krishna consciousness. So, there will be people that are opposed, and it's very natural that they will go away. Yeah? So just try to focus on those who have a natural inclination. Yeah? You give a little. If they take it, you give more. If they don't, then you don't push, because there are so many other people. This is the principle we learn on book distribution. You're speaking to someone and they're arguing with you, and sometimes, the new bhaktas, we get into big philosophical discussions, and then the whole time on Sankirtan, we spent arguing with some Christian in the street or something like that. And then Sankirtan leader is like, "Hey Prabhu, how many books did you do?" "Oh, none, but I beat his arguments, that guy." And so this type of thing, is not very ideal. In fact, it's offensive, because such people will only criticize. They'll use whatever you're saying to blaspheme the Lord and the devotees. So, there's more people out there we have to spend time with. So we just look for those who are not going to run away at the sound of the name of the Lord. So these are some thoughts. What time are we supposed to conclude? 8:30. And then questions, right? Including questions. Okay, so we can stop here. Some things have been said. There's more to be said, but we're open to any questions. Yes, Prabhu.
In the verse, it is mentioned that we should always remember Krishna's names of Vishnu.
Yes.
So, can you elaborate more on the glories of holy names?
The glories of the holy name. There's just so many angles you could take on this. Particularly this Maha Mantra. So when we're talking about Achaman or Tilak or Nyasas, the way we're chanting in the dative case. So we're saying Om Keshavaya Namaha. Keshavaya, this is the dative case, which means for Keshava, right? Like he's not here, he's somewhere else. So we're saying, obeisances to Keshava, obeisances to Narayana, obeisances to Madhava. This Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is different in that it's in the vocative case. Hare Krishna and Rama. It's not Krishnaya or Ramaya, it's Krishna. So Krishnaha is the nominative, like Krishna is the subject of the sentence. So there are 8 cases in Sanskrit. So the last one is is the vocative case, and it takes the form of Krishna or Rama without any kind of ending. So the special significance of this Maha Mantra is it's not really a mantra at all. Like these others are mantras. Om Keshavaya Namaha. This is a mantra. Or Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. These are mantras. The Maha Mantra is actually no mantra at all. It's just, you're literally just like crying for the Lord, you know. It's like you're talking to Him like He's right in front of you. All of the words, Hare, Krishna and Rama, they're just like, it's like you're calling, you know, calling to Him, He's like right in front of you. So, understanding this, you know, and chanting in this way, this Maha Mantra can really keep us connected with the Lord in a very personal way. Yeah? It's different from all the other mantras that we chant, much more direct. So, yeah, meditating on this, we can remember the Lord always. Always staying marked with tilak and doing achaman regularly. All of this, keeping in contact with the holy name of the Lord, will help us remember Him. And yeah,
As in
don't.
Bhagavad Gita, this in the last verse, Antasame, at the last moment, the last verse it says, you think of Krishna and all the otherwise goes up.
Yeah.
As a slogan.
Yeah. See, yeah, and all of this experience in this life is culminating in that moment of death. So, the more that we are keeping the Lord's name on our tongue, and the more we're remembering the Lord and seeing everything in connection to Him, then it's preparing us to remember Him at that very crucial time. If we can remember Him at that time, then we can attain perfection. So, yeah, the whole Pancharatric system means the whole lifestyle of devotees. Like everything we do in the temple here is Pancharatric. And Pancharatra means that it's centered around deity worship, Archana. And so our entire lifestyle as devotees, from the morning, from when we wake up in the morning, you know, and we chant the holy name, and there's this nice mantra, Pratah Prabodhito Vishnu Hrishikeshena Yattoya Yadyat Karyasi Shana Tat Karomi Tavagyaya, that my Lord, you have awakened me, and now I'm ready to serve you as you desire. There are so many mantras like this. And when we're taking bath, we can chant this Apavitra Pavitrova Sarvavastangatopiva. Yeah. So our whole day is structured so that we are always remembering the Lord one way or other. But we should do it consciously, yeah? Because we can go through all these rituals in an unconscious manner, just going through the motions and chanting the mantras. But the process will be much more beneficial when we are an active participant in it. Yeah? Taking advantage of these various things to actually contemplate the meaning of it, understanding the meaning of what we're saying and doing. So our whole life is built like that. Srila Prabhupada has structured our routine in such a way that from morning until night, if we follow it nicely, we'll always remember Krishna, never forget Him.
How important is Achmana? I mean,
Very important. Yeah.
and only during when we are doing deity worship, when we Guru Puja.
No, all the time. We should. Yeah. Wake up in the morning, you take your bath, and then you do your achaman, you know, do your tilak. And anytime you touch anything impure, you should try and purify yourself. It's nice if you can always have achaman available. Yeah. If there was one just available in the temple room, it would be a nice thing, I think. But yeah, especially when you're engaged in some type of Brahminical service, like deity worship or cooking, then you need to be regularly doing it. But the Shastras say that we should do achaman before chanting japa, before touching a Shastra, before touching a book, before doing any type of spiritual activity. Yeah, because the principle is Krishna is param pavitram, Arjuna says in the Bhagavad Gita. He is the most pure. So Srila Prabhupada makes the point that to approach the most pure, we should become pure ourselves. In order to establish a relationship with someone, you need some common ground. And Krishna likes cleanliness. Krishna likes purity. So we should try and become pure. So this is one of the ways that we can do that. Yes, Prabhu?
Prabhu, you explain how we say Keshava or Madhavaya instead of Keshava Madhava, so that changes what we're saying and the effect of it, according to Sanskrit.
Mm-hmm.
So can you also tell us if you know anything about the Hare part of the Maha Mantra, because it's not said as Hara. Like Krishna is Krishna,
Yeah.
but we change Hara, which is the name of Radharani, to Hare.
Yeah.
So what effect does it have, and how do we in the Sampradaya relate to Hare in the chant, or Radharani part in the chant?
So Hare is also the vocative case, but interestingly, it's the vocative of two words: Hari, Hari. So the E ending shabda, Hari, which is the name of the Lord. So Hari in the vocative is Hare, and Hara, which is the feminine energy of Hari, is also Hare in the vocative. So the acharyas have given interpretations in both senses, that it can be O Hari, O Krishna, O Rama, and it can also be O Radha, O Krishna, O Rama. So both interpretations are correct. Yeah. Yeah, there are some nice explanations by our acharyas that if you take it in the sense of Hari, then it's understood that this mantra is, being chanted by Radha. She's chanting this mantra to Krishna, calling for Krishna, right? So you can take it in that mood also. And also I'd like to mention that Rama doesn't mean Ramachandra, although it can, if you want it to. It can mean, but it can also mean Balarama, and it can also mean Krishna, because another name of Krishna is Rama. Rama means the one who gives pleasure. Ramate, this verb means to enjoy. So Rama is one who gives pleasure. So it also means Krishna. So actually Krishna and Rama both refer to the same person, Krishna. And Hari also refers to Krishna or to Radha. There are so many meanings of this mantra, actually. Yes?
Thank you for the wonderful class. My question is the last line of, can you explain the last line, like Kirtanat Eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vajana?
Kirtanad eva Krishnasya. So Kirtanat means from Kirtan, only Krishnasya, of Krishna, Mukta Sangaha. No, my Sanskrit knowledge is not so great, but I don't know exactly where this verse is. I think it's in Chaitanya Charitamrita. I can look it up later. I'm not going to pretend I know right now. Yeah. Okay? Everyone satisfied? Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bo.